any manager who says they don't want to win things is lying. You don't come to make the numbers up. So I want us to be competitive. I want us to be up around the top end of the table. But if we could be around the playoffs and have a good cup run, I think that would be a good successful season for us. I think Ramsbottom will be a good one. Not least because of how we finished last season. You know, they're probably a bit of a benchmark for us in terms of where we want to be. I think if they keep their squad together, they'll be right at the top of the league. And if we can compete with them and get good results against them, I think that will show we'll have a good season and we'll be there or thereabouts. So it's early days at the club. I think the big thing that stands out so far is how friendly everybody is now welcoming. It's been great. They're welcome right on Twitter, on Facebook, and for people I've seen in and around the club at working parties. Most look forward to getting going properly. We've been training, but it's been socially distanced. It's not quite the same thing as football. So with today's guidance, we can really start to ramp things up a bit and test the players' mettle. There's a real energy about the club. It feels like the club is starting off on a journey in a new direction, and everybody's really on board with that, and that's what's exciting. We've had the great kit launch, and that's gone down really well today. The players are really buying into what we're trying to do at the club. You can see people coming along to the working parties and getting the ground ready. So there's a real positive energy, and it feels like everybody wants the same thing, which is great to see, and I think we can achieve a lot with that positivity. It's quite different. I had quite a number of highlights. So certainly winning the league at Woodley was a big one as a young player, dropping out of full-time football and starting in semi-pro football to win a league in your first season was great. And the manner we did it with 13 straight wins at the end of the season to win on goal difference was a big one. I had some great times at Staley Bridge, got to the first round of the FA Cup and got to the quarterfinals of the trophy, got to the semis with Curzon. So it's hard to kind of pick out one moment. But what you do remember about those are the players you played with, and I think that's important. And I was lucky to play with some very good players and some great lads through my career. Probably the Manchester Premier Cup win over Droylsden. It's always going into a game like that, you're playing a team 2 divisions higher, and they played a full strength side. Nobody kind of gives you a chance, and the character of the players and the quality of the players shone through that night, and we went through on penalties, but we were more than deserving of something out of the 90 minutes, and we were unlucky not to win it in normal time. So the thing I missed when I stopped being involved in football, when I stopped playing, was being around the players in the changing room. So it's that aspect of it. But it's also great when you see players develop. I think one of the things I've taken pride of is having young players and see them kick on and move up the leagues. And I think we've got a squad that can do similarly. Hopefully with Mossley as part of the team and we move up as a club, but certainly players who can go higher and look to really develop them and bring them on. I think Brian Robson. So growing up as a Manchester United fan, he's the one player who stood out for me. He had everything. He scored goals. He made tackles. He was a real leader. I think you play like that, you can build any team around. It's tough to say. If you look at social media, you look at what teams are doing at the moment, it seems to be a bit of a leveller. There seems to be fewer teams spending big. Looking at the type of players who are being signed and some of the moves that are being made, so I think it could be a leveller. The time of the kick-off will have a difference as well. I think teams who can have a bigger squad will be at an advantage. If we have a shortened season, we're playing regularly Saturday, Tuesday, that depth of squad will become really important. But I see it as a bit of a reset on non-league. I think it's a chance for non-league to take a bit of a reality check, to find a sensible, sustainable level, and that should level the playing field and give us a great opportunity with the young players we've got and players who are hungry to succeed.
Thank you.